It's the 25th of February and we're in Wellington Dock, Dover Marina, to prepare Vayu for her lift out into the boatyard. It's a beautiful day and the conditions are ideal for being lifted out. With empty water tanks and full diesel tanks, Vayu's a little bit lopsided. The next thing we do is move Vayu over to the pontoon at the boatyard, ready for lifting. Simon ties on a stern line so we can help control the boat as we move her backwards into the right place. And once the straps are in place, they can start lifting her out of the water. We're pleased with how she looks, just a bit of slime on the hull, but no growth or barnacles, so that's good. We leave Vayu to have her jet wash and get moved into place and wander along the pier to have lunch and enjoy the weather. We watch the last of the preparations to get Vayu settled on her stands, and once the guys have carefully manoeuvred the lift out of the way, we have chance to get our first proper look. The anodes on the propeller are still just intact, but it needs a good clean and new ones put on for this year. We want to make the most of the good weather, so we start with a good look around the boat just to make sure there isn't anything unexpected. We're hoping it will just be the usual jobs of checking the rudder and the keel, painting on the anti-foul, checking the anchor chain and giving her a good polish. We've got a 30 kilo Bruce anchor and 60 metres of chain. We give it a good inspection and we're confident it will look after us again in windy weather at anchor this year. I also get inside the anchor locker and give it a good clean out, ready for the chain to go back in. The next day is another warm and sunny day, so even the fenders get a clean. Once Simon has finished the repairs and preparation to the rudder and the keel, I tape up, ready to anti-foul. It's amazing how good she looks after just the first coat of paint. Fortunately, we haven't got as much work as some people in the boatyard. The next morning we painted the second coat of anti-foul, and then it was time to take off the blue tape and see how good she looked. There's plenty of polishing for both of us, so Simon does the top sides and I go up top and do the metal work. It's a busy boatyard at this time of year and everyone's making the most of the good weather. It is nice, of course, to take a break sometimes and go and look around the boatyard and see everybody else hard at work. And here's a very satisfying before and after. A very shiny propeller and new anodes ready for the new sailing season. And look at those reflections. Simon's certainly done a good job polishing the top sides. When we first took Vayu out of the water, the eagle-eyed amongst you might have spotted some damage at the stern of the boat on the sugar scoop. Unfortunately, during our travels last year, we were hit by another boat when tied to a pontoon, so a little bit of extra work for us in the boatyard this year. Fortunately, it's just a gel coat repair, so Simon's got some layers of filler to do and gel coat, and hopefully she'll look as good as new. There had obviously been a repair done here before, so hopefully this time we can make it a little bit neater. Simon's repair is looking really good, and once she's back in the water, it's only the white gel coat that can be seen anyway. On the previous owner's repair, the red line had been painted really badly, so this time we've decided to lose the stripe as it can't be seen anyway, and perhaps next year we'll work on it some more if we want to try the colour match. Today it's the 23rd of March and we're getting ready to go back into the water. There's lots to do to get her lifted again, and the Boatyard team work efficiently to make sure it all runs smoothly. As they move the stands away, we can see the areas that will need painting before we go back in. It's a tight fit to lift Vayu high enough for her keel to clear the floor and to ensure the wind generator has clearance at the top of the hoist. That's why we tape the blade to help keep it in place. Once we've been safely moved away from the stands, we can paint the bottom of the keel and the squares that were behind the pads. And then Vayu is moved back through the boatyard and down to the water. It's important to remember to put the lines on the boat before she gets lifted up and the fenders ready to pop over the side once we get to the pontoon. Before moving too far from the boatyard, we check for leaks, make sure the engine starts, and then head over back to our berth. We don't typically come into our berth stern to, but we're hoping it will make life easier to load up the boat, put the outboard engine back on, and get ready for setting off on our travels, hopefully next month. And if you don't want to miss our next adventure, then hit that subscribe button and we'll see you back here very soon.